Hey folks, welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So, it's very exciting.
That's Australia's post.
It is Australia Post.
We are not in Australia.
We are not.
So what did you get?
Well, I had a present.
Yes, you did.
My beloved bought me a present or two.
Oh. I'll have to have a word with him.
You will, because he's like, There was squealing and there was
excitement. There was a little bit because you had no idea.
No, I didn't.
I was a sneaky beaky.
You were. So the Druzy you said was free, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you bought me two Julie Cuts Pouring Your Heart Out moulds.
Yeah.
So this one is the Druzy Edge,
With a
crystal edge,
with a druzy inlay.
yeah. And the second one, once I get my hand in, is
I think at this point it was just a bunch of squeals.
there might have been.
There was no coherent words at this point. It was just
yeah, there might have been, and I was like, "Oh, look at that! It's so beautiful." I tell you, the shine on these moulds is something else. Like, it's unbelievable. And he got me the bloom
paste.
The bloom paste.
Yes, I did.
Which is just awesome. So, of course, immediately I donned...
It was literally, you got your arm, swiped everything across the table.
Yeah, I did.
It's all piled up on my side of the desk. You were like, move out of the way, I must make something now.
I did. And the first thing I thought I'd go for is... I made a homemade mould, crystal edged, like druzy edged homemade mould.
Yeah.
And I did this sort of alcohol ink and interference powder kind of thing. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have another go at that.
In fact, I remember you going, I've just made that mould.
Well, no, I haven't just... No, let's just be clear. I haven't just made that mould.
No. But the mould you made, the yellow one.
Yeah, I spent ages trying to make like a mould.
And then these turned up.
And these turned up. Not that I was complaining. I was very happy. These went straight... Once I was done using them, they went straight on the top shelf. Kirk was like, can I have a go with it? I was like, no. And he was like, oh.
I do believe you actually sat there for a little while stroking them.
There may have been stroking, but not on the inside of the mould itself because I didn't want to put nasty marks on it. The outside of it, I did. Yeah, I did. I was stroking. I had a good old stroke.
What about the mould?
So, into the first pot, I put some blue resin ink from Let's Resin.
That's resin dye, isn't it?
Sorry, resin dye.
Yeah.
From Let's Resin. Then into the second pot went some of the...
Octopus ink?
Oh, no, that was the bloom paste.
Oh, okay.
That was one drop of the bloom paste.
Yeah. That was probably too much, actually, because I've read the instructions on that, and it was like, you put the tiniest amount
It was a tiny amount.
Yeah.
Into the second pot, I put some red alcohol ink and some interference powder.
They're from Octopus ink?
These are the Octopus inks ones, yeah. These are alcohol inks from Octopus.
Yeah.
And into the three colours, I've put red... so I put 5 drops of the alcohol ink and the tiniest bit of interference powder of the same corresponding colour because I wanted that shimmer. And the one that I did with my homemade coaster mould, I was actually quite impressed with.
Yeah. It was cool.
And I thought, well, let's have a go with, a proper mould.
I wonder what kind of octopus creates that yellow ink.
Oh, stop it. It's... This is what I'm dealing with.
Is that one that's not very well?
It's a poorly octopus. That's exactly what it is. So I've poured a little bit of clear into the mould. And then I'm just going to go around the edge with the the resin dye. And that is, I think it's is it cerulean?
Oh, is that the cerulean blue?
Yeah. But it's a beautiful blue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a really nice blue. But whilst I do like them, I do feel that octopus inks have the
Of the advantage.
yeah, I just think they nail it.
So what are you doing? What is this? It's not a bloom, is it?
It's not a bloom. I don't know. I'm
You're winging it.
well, when I did my homemade coaster mould, I did something.
Oh, you're trying to recreate or
and I thought, well, was that pure luck, or can I recreate it?
Yeah.
And if I can do it in a homemade rubbish mould, can I do it in a really good mould? And this, to be fair, is about as good as moulds get. I think it's a whole different.
They're heavy as well.
Oh, it's just a whole different level of mould. So I've added the red, and then I add in a little bit of the blue. It's looking very patriotic right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Very Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll soon sort that out.
That's soon going to change, though.
Yeah, because I had some yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that yellow.
It's quite a vibrant yellow, that.
Yeah, but I like vibrant colours.
No,
that
wasn't a complaint.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's possibly why I like the octopus, because they are so vibrant.
Yeah.
And I like my colours to be coloured. I don't like wishy-washy. I'm not a wishy-washy kind of...
Like a muted pastel.
I like pastels, but I really like vibrant.
You want in your face.
I want to know that's the colour. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to look at it and have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah. So once I've put all the colours around the outside, I finish it off with a good old dollop in the middle.
So I know that you put the clear in there for a push, but what does that actually do?
So because I put in the ink, sorry, the resin dye first, that's already started to come in.
Yeah.
When you do a push, it pushes everything out evenly, and then it all comes in together.
Back. Okay.
Yeah.
I know, because everything resin pulls everything into the middle.
Yeah, and it kind of does have a mind of its own. So, but my table was not level, but
yeah,
I was fine with it. I was absolutely fine with it, because I think I get away with it, but we'll see. We shall see.
I'm liking that effect from this side.
Yeah. I'm quite taken with this effect, if I'm honest. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen it on something and just can't remember. I genuinely have no idea, but I think it's quite cool. And
well, if not, you've created a new technique. We'll have to name it.
Well, no, I don't think I have, but
we'll call it the monkey technique.
We're not calling it monkey technique. Anyway, whilst that one was off curing, I thought, well, I've got 2 moulds. I need to do 2 things. So,
of course.
What else would you do in this one but a bloom?
Yeah.
So,
is it a hibiscus?
I don't know. It's just pretty. But unfortunately, I did a little bit too much.
Shocker.
So I got out one of my cheapo moulds, and I thought, well, I'll do 2.
Can you spot the difference?
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, can you spot the difference? And I thought, I'm going to do a pink and green, because I always go purple or whatever. So I'm gonna try for a pink and green.
I'm going to say it. That one on the left is looking purple.
It's actually that one might be purple. That one might be purple, but it was the cheaper mould, so I wasn't overly bothered. The one on the right is the one that matters.
Okay.
So the one on the left, I thought I'm just going to do like the spiral one.
Yeah.
And the one on the right, I thought I'm going to do a fireworks effect.
Okay.
Because
that's quite effective, that.
Yeah, I really like that effect. And so I thought I'd give it a go, see how it works in a beautiful mould. And
okay.
Well, you know.
Yeah, but that one on the left is looking.
No, don't get me wrong. They are, and I was a little bit nervous, because whenever I change the white that I use, I inevitably get a fail or two.
Yeah.
But I was like, fingers crossed, let's see. And you can see there, it does appear to be blooming.
It does.
But we shall see.
So that paste, could you actually put a dye into that?
Well,
and dye it?
No.
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 Is that just you going, no?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Because that paste is only to be used for blooms.
That's what I meant, though. So that you could have the bloom a different colour.
Well, I suppose you could, but you're not. I can't emphasise that enough. So I ummed and ahed for ages about what colour to put on the back. And I decided to go away from the traditional black.
Yep.
And I thought, I'm going to go with a blue. I'm into blues at the moment.
Okay.
So blue is what won.
Yep.
And it was Candy Dragon.
I'm sure it's Candy. I'm sure it's just called Candy Blue or something.
It might just be Candy Blue, but I decided to go with that because it's of the two blues that we've got, it's my favourite. So.
But they're just resin ones, so all of them are really nice colours.
They're just stunning, and there might be some more on the way.
Might there?
But don't tell Kirk.
Oh really?
What?
Might there now?
Might there what? Anyway,
I thought I heard something about some more colours.
No, I don't think you did.
Some more Australian post.
No, maybe. Anyway, it was time for the demould. This is the following day, and I was like,
that looks like it was nice and easy to demould.
It was ridiculously easy to demould. Honestly, I cannot tell you how good these moulds are. They're the best things I've ever had. And I was like, ooh.
That's cool.
So there was a couple of blobs that somehow came in the centre.
Yeah.
But I was actually like, oh, I really like that. I was quite sort of...
It looks like an eye.
Yeah, I seem to do eyes a lot.
Yeah.
But I wasn't...
But I like that.
I wasn't aiming for it.
But I like it's got a bit of depth in the middle.
Yeah.
It gives it. There's nothing covering it apart from the backing.
Can you see how shiny that mould is?
Yes.
Like, it's insane. It's insane. When you were editing and you were like, you can see all the reflections. I was like, please tell me I've got clothes on.
I didn't.
Not pyjamas. Not like I had pyjamas on, probably.
No, she didn't.
I probably did.
Starkers. Absolute starkers.
Shush, I was not. I would never do resin in the starkers. Madman. I'd end up resin to the desk. Anyway, this was time for me to demould the bloom. Now, there is a tiny bit of overpour on the backing, but that was easily enough resolved with a quick bend and snap.
Bend and snap.
Little bend and snap, and off it came.
Can't beat the bend and snap.
Yeah, there you go. So it just needed a tiny bit of tidy up, but I was like,
you did tease there.
I know.
You were about to, and you went, no.
I was like, no.
Everybody was on the edge of their seat.
No, they're not.
And then you were like, no.
They totally are not, but I certainly was. I was like, please let this have worked. Please let this have worked. So I thought, I'll do the cheapo one first. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, I was really pleased with that.
That looks cool.
And I tell you now, at this point, I thought to myself, if I've done that in this one and the other one has failed, I might cry. I might actually cry. Real tears and everything.
That is really cool.
So
that is a bloom.
I was like, I can't put it off any longer. I need to turn it over. And I was like, oh, yes. I was very pleased.
I prefer the other one.
Oh my God, really?
I like the other one.
I like the
that
other one,
effect, but I
it's
think the other one.
The fight is a different.
No,
it's a different thing. See, that's not what you're supposed to say during this.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Okay. Should we do that bit again?
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
No.
Okay. So, do you want to do your reaction to that one again?
Okay. Yeah.
Go on then. So I did that thing there. Go on.
prefer that one on the right.
It's just not. You're not getting it, are you? Anyway, ignore Kirk
No, I think they both look really cool
in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought, right, I need to edge them. I need to do a proper job on these.
Proper job.
Proper job, not just chuck them in a Bruno box. But no. So I put some silver on the edge, not silver, chrome.
To get a silver look.
I shush. So I put the chrome on the edge of this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my pen is starting to run out, but I hope not, because I've spent all our money.
Well, maybe you'll get one in the Australian Post.
What Australian Post?
Well, the one that you're not having in air quotes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard a rumor that there's some, there might be some more things on their way.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't. All I can say at this point, right, is I was on the website looking at some colours, and that's all. That's all I can say. That's all I can confirm.
This is going to be like the Temu thing, isn't it? Where you look at it and then all of a sudden it appears at the door.
In my defence, I didn't just look at it once. I looked at it about 20 times. So I think it's highly possible, and I'm just going to throw this out there. It is highly possible that the actual website itself has got bored with me, and it may have just said, "Here, have them." I don't know though. What we'll do is we will wait for the postman with minimal anticipation.
Minimal?
Because obviously I might not be correct.
I
am. They're on their way. They were dispatched today. But don't tell Kirk.
You know I'm right next to you, don't you?
What do you mean?
You know exactly.
I'm having a private conversation with our viewers.
Yeah?
Yeah?
And I'm eavesdropping.
Well, don't eavesdrop.
Why?
'Cause.
Anyway, what are you doing?
I decided to edge this one with
Gold.
copper. No, that's not gold. That's copper.
Is it?
Oh no, that is actually gold.
I was going to say that.
My apologies, my beloved. That is gold. Not real gold. It's fake. Because if it was real gold, I'd have ordered a damn sight lot more from that site I was on today. And there we have it. There's the glamour shots.
Yeah.
And I was actually quite pleased.
I think they turned out really good.
Yeah.
I think you did the bloom. I think is awesome. I think you did an awesome job with that one.
Yeah, I was.
The firework one, I like it. I'm not as keen on that effect as the bloom one.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
I do like it, and I think it is a cool effect.
But I wanted to do two different effects.
Yeah.
Once I had two.
And your dragon eye
go.
one, well, whatever it is, the eyeball one. I
Yeah.
like that as well.
Yeah. No, I was really pleased with them. So what I'll do is I'll pop a link to the moulds in the description.
Yeah.
And whilst you're down there, if you like our creative sort of chaos,
Yeah.
please do feel free to hit that like button.
And while you're down there, give the subscribe a little tickle.
And there's a whole bunch of discount codes and whatnots down there as well. So
especially if you want whatnots,
Yeah.
that's the place to look.
feel free to take a little look about.
A gander.
A little gander, a little butchers.
Little butchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
So take care and bye for now.
Bye for now.